hear that? It's like the pulse in the street, a hole in the chest. chest.
Yo! Welcome back, my people. Welcome back to another live stream. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody is doing well. Fade out, fade into track. I'm going to settings right now. What's going on, my people? Welcome back. Here. Shout out to Drocast. Shout out to him. Shout out to Jose. What's going on? Oh, shout out to Denise. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. Shout out to Richard. You feel me? Shout out to Don and Mondo and everybody out here listening. Yo, we are going to have a very interesting conversation. And it's pretty much about hold on. First of all, let me fix myself a little bit. There you go. There we go. So you guys can see a little bit of my background. There we go. We're gonna talk about this hate group, as we all know. We're gonna talk about the lies that pretty much this hate group spreads, and some of the buffoonish people that actually believe it. Unfortunately, there are individuals when you're in a cult like setting, in a cult like place, you're gonna end up, gravitating to the talking points and regurgitating them, and so on and so forth, right? So with that being said, we have to get ready for the "you're obsessed with us" comment. Oh yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? They built this country, so obviously we have to be obsessed, right? So, I am gonna drop the link down in the description later on, but I want to get this whole thing out the way first. Tariq Nasheed, someone that I used to follow, and I ended up stop following them due to the fact that he started this whole anti-black thing, with the whole FBA, and then I started to see the grifting, come apart. The person that really opened my eyes on all of that was actually Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. I'm saying, but with all this grifting and stuff, I wasn't with it. And also anybody that came up listening to Nelly Fuller, listening to Francis Cresswell sing, or whatever the case is, they know for a fact that this isn't on code, this isn't cool, this isn't something that we as individuals or people who actually do want some not only representation, but they want some unity within Black America. This isn't something to do. You know what I'm saying? This isn't something to even see feasible, because this individual just cares about division. He goes out his way to make FBA people the sacred cows. They don't do no wrong, when that's complete bullshit. Everybody does wrong. Everyone in every community, there is some hint of degeneracy in every community. FBAs are not out of faults from that. Let's be completely honest. If don't believe me, look at the crime stats in California, Chicago, Detroit, New York. You know what I'm saying? So every culture has their own degenerate, but he goes out of his way to say no, that's not true, which is complete bullshit, right? A complete lie. Now, the reason why I'm doing this stream is because I wanted to get all the facts out first. I want to get everything that we need to talk about first before I even spoke about anything, because I seen when Nick Fuentes, by the way, Nick Fuentes is he is a self-proclaimed white person, and he said himself that he does not consider himself Hispanic. He considers himself white. He actually denies his quarter Mexican part, right? He denies it. So let's stop with the whole Hispanic thing. That's when you got people. No, he himself said it that he's not. So let's take his word for it, right? Also, let's take his word for he's a self-proclaimed racist. So if a racist tells you that they're a racist, I'm not going to argue with them. I'm going to listen and be like, all right, you got that. You know what I mean? You got that. So this went crazy because on Fresh and Fit, they had Nick Fuentes on with a bunch of black women, right? And part of the conversation, right, basically said, because everybody started just clipping the part where he said the N-word. He dropped the N-word, right, with a hard ER. He dropped the N-word with a hard ER. Everybody just started clipping that, but nobody understands why they started clipping that. They just say, he dropped the N-word. No, we need some context. And I'm not saying we need some context to understand why he dropped the N-word as in, oh yeah, no, forget about it. He just dropped the N-word. Now I get it. No. There's a reason. There's a reason why he dropped the N-word, right? There's a reason for that. They pretty much asked him a question. How come you think a lot of black people and Hispanics look up to you? And he said the blacks, and pretty much that, let's be honest, any racist individuals that considered black folks or call black folks the blacks, it's an automatic racist. Like, let's be honest, like the blacks, like come on. But he said the blacks, and people took offense to that. And then Myron said, "What do you refer to black folks if it's not the blacks? What do you refer to them?" And he said, out of his own mouth, "Oh, there's something else that I refer to them, but I don't want to say it." That's when the egging came on. That's when everything started to say. Everybody started to be like, "Yo, just say." And then when he said it, you see their faces like, "Yo, what the hell?" A lot of some of them were shocked. Some of them were, giggling, but I put that up to nervous laughter. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, a lot of them weren't down for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them weren't really down for that for the most part. And let's go with the clips because I got everything queued up. I got everything queued up, by the way. So this is the first clip that so you guys can get some context to it.
Yeah, blacks love me because I'm honest.
Blacks love me.
Yeah.
You keep saying blacks.
I love them too.
Right? Blacks.
Remember, blacks love me. Let's understand that. Blacks love me, and this is where the question comes. And that's when he says it.
Hell, we don't believe you, bro.
How come? Unfortunately, missed out on the rally tickets to see for myself.
Yeah, blacks love me because I'm honest.
Blacks love me.
Yeah.
You keep saying blacks.
I love them too.
Right? Blacks.
I love them.
Hell, we don't believe you, bro.
How should you refer to y'all? How should you refer to blacks then? How should you refer to
You don't want to hear my second choice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
It's funny. You should actually do stand-up sometime. Maybe it would have actually taken off.
Maybe.
I think she's joking.
Okay. No.
I hope so.
Do it, Nick. Do it.
No, I can't.
How I'm fitting in
That would be implied.
Do it, Nick, so you can get banned again.
I can't get these guys banned.
We're on Rumble. You can say it.
Say it. Come on, man. I want you to say
Say
it.
it for real. I want to hear it. What you got?
You want me
Here it comes, people. Here it goes.
to say it?
Yes.
Is anyone going to hit me if I say it?
No. 2 hours. Come on, Nick. What you got?
All right, nigger.
Oh, yeah. Ban them now.
He says it twice. Check this out.
Nigga.
All right. Okay. So that's basically what ended up happening, right? That's basically what happened. And everybody started going crazy. Obviously, we saw the reactions, right? Certain people started feeling some type of way. Other people, it is what it is. But let's be completely honest. Whenever it comes to race and whenever it comes to these type of situations, oh my God, when it's racist, people start tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, the biggest grifter of them all, Tariq Nasheed, had to tune in, and this is what he basically said. There's a bunch of lies. I'm gonna pause it time and time again so I could pretty much, break down his BS. But check this out.
The image of this stuff. Hold on. So most of those women on Fresh and Fit with Nick Fuentes were full-blown tethers.
Listen to the words he's using. Most of those women were full-blown tethers. Tethers is just a derogatory term for black immigrants, right? Or just immigrants in general. But tethers, listen to the words he's saying. Tethers, when in reality, that's actually not true. Majority of those women are all black American. They're all FBAs. All of them are black American. Oh, except for two. They're half. You know what I'm saying? But he has to make you believe that the majority of them are tethers. But look into the words, because he knows he's full of shit. He just saying most of them are tethered. Most of them. So what's the other half, Tariq? Huh? What's the other half? You feel me? He's not going to say that. He's not going to say that. Because they are black Americans and is going to go against his narrative. So let's keep it going.
We verified about 3 of them being Haitian. One of them is Latina.
BS. There was no Latina there. He's talking about the light-skinned shorty. She's just a light-skinned black chick. No, she's not Latina, but let's keep it going.
One is a certified bed wench. So people are just going down the line getting information about these women. All right. Now here's the image here. This is the thumbnail of today's broadcast. So this is Nick Fuentes up here on Fresh and Fit, and they made sure he was surrounded by a bunch of black women, and people are like, oh, what's going on with black women? Black women. These, let's be clear, these are not the representatives of black women. Most of these women are tethers.
Bullshit. They're not tethers. They're black FBA women. He is ashamed of saying that because it goes against his narrative. But he knows he's full of shit because that's why he's saying most of them, let's listen to the words, most of them are tethers. He's not saying what the other ones are.
They are verified tethers. Most of these women are not foundational black American women. That's first and foremost.
Bullshit.
That was up there sucking up to Nick Fuentes. All right? These were not foundational black American women. People have been looking and investigating these women, looking in their backgrounds. Let's look into some of their backgrounds, ladies and gentlemen. That's her, Sauce Goddess, in front of the Haitian flag and all that stuff. That's her without the filters. There's another one up here twerking on Nick Fuentes.
Let's be clear. The one twerking on Nick Fuentes, let's be clear. She's a black American woman. Full blown. She's FBA. But he's not going to say none of that. He's not going to say none of that because it goes against his narrative.
What's liberating, what's revolutionary about this? Twerking on a hardcore white supremacist who says that black people have low IQs and we're intellectually inferior. What's revolutionary about you twerking on this dude? What's the freedom in that? You have the freedom to twerk on a white supremacist during slavery. Yeah?
I don't know. That's your FBA women. You better check them. I don't know. Mr. FBA leader, you got to check your people.
That's surrendering. Another one, this woman right here, all kissing on Zaddy.
By the way, that woman right there, she's half Haitian also. She's the only one out of the girls, the only one that actually went on live and started to pretty much break down some of the talking points. But we're gonna see it in a minute. Just let's keep it going.
Yeah, they were all smooching and hugged up on them. Most of these, again, these are tethers. I'm not going to put this on my FBA sisters.
Listen to what he's saying. Most of these women are tethers. I'm not putting this on the FBA sisters. Bullshit. Majority of them are all FBAs. So which one is it? Are you stealing their lineage because they did something you don't like? That makes you a group, doesn't it? Doesn't that make you a group if you steal somebody? How can you steal a lineage? Huh? You know what I'm saying?
These are tethers. I'm not going to put this on my FBA sisters. These were tethers doing this for the most part.
He is lying. He's full of it. I am telling you. How would you know she is FBA? Most of the folks are not FBA. Tariq is correct. No, people verified that they're Black American. Verified that they not. There's only 2 that were Haitian there. Roy Chess. Verified that they not. You know what I'm saying? And no, a tether is a derogatory term towards any immigrant. Let's stop the BS. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. When it comes to FBAs getting their end of the stick, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to FBAs getting their end of the stick, now we gotta figure out who's FBA. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? All the BS starts coming out. People start switching ethnicities. Then we start looking at people's backgrounds 15 years from now. Whose grandfathers. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Hold on. Let me. God damn. All right. There it goes. Charging the laptop that I'm streaming from. But it's insane. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. The thing is people verified. They verified it. It's so funny. They verified it. All of these women are FBAs. All of them. And mind you, what I'm gonna play next is gonna prove that this whole FBA is all bullshit. It's all online. Outside in the real world, none of this is true. None of this is possible. Outside in the real world, nobody really cares. You know what I mean? But check this out. So one of the girls came and talked about it. And check this out.
You are Haitian. I've never hid behind I always said I'm a Haitian American. I'm more Americanized because my daddy didn't raise me. My mama did. Single. My mama raised me. An American Black woman raised me with what she had and what she knew, and she did the best that she could.
Mind you, she's half Haitian and half FBA. So which one is it? Is she not FBA no more? What's going on? Y'all stealing her lineage? So she's not FBA no more because she kissed up on the white supremacists? Now her lineage gets erased? That makes it a group. If you believe that her lineage gets erased, that makes FBA a group. Doesn't make it lineage based. Let's keep it 1,000. She's saying it right now. Her father, she wasn't raised by her dad, but her dad is Haitian. You know what I'm saying? Her dad is Haitian. And she was raised by her mom, a Black American woman. So she doesn't have no connection to Haiti whatsoever. But some of y'all little buffoons want to just put that on her. Like, come on now. Now she can't. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Roy says she cannot be both. Why not? There's people that I know that's Puerto Rican, Dominican. I'm Ecuadorian and Dominican. The hell? What do you mean you can't be both? Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Let's keep it going.
And I'm the person that I am today because I've been exposed to just different things. This would be my 3rd time on this show, and the first 2 times it was about relationships. You get what I'm saying? Men versus women. I'll say that. So that's what my mind. I miss you too. That's what my mind was on. That's what I was prepared for. I was prepared to go in and, you know, defend myself as a woman, because that's usually what you have to do. I owe my community an apology for being stupid. Pretty much. I definitely made a mistake. And it was, and I wouldn't, it was lack of discernment. That's what it was. It was just not going along with my intuition of what this really is. Okay, but why did you kiss him? Honestly, because that was my mistake too. Because I wasn't thinking about, if I post this, the backlash that I was gonna get. I had a conversation with my brother, who definitely brought me down to size and made me understand that I represent everybody, because I represent all black people, because I'm a black woman. So I represent black people everywhere the fuck I go. Maybe he was just nice. No, I represent black people everywhere the fuck I go, and not understanding that I am the face. It doesn't matter if I want to be the face. I'm responsible. I have to be responsible. And in this moment, I just wasn't. I wasn't responsible. I didn't think about responsibility. I didn't think about if this was going to have an effect or backlash on my community, how my community felt. To go back on F and F. No. But then again, I want to, because I want to confront them niggas. Like, I want to pop my shit, like, for real. Like, I want to let them know how fucked up they are, how fucked up it is to set people up. I ain't even talking about women. It's just like to set people up with the mindset that I'm alive. Like, this was a key moment for them, and then and embarrassing people is a key moment for them, and it's just like,
that is true. I'm not gonna lie. That is true. The program Fresh and Fit pretty much blows up by just embarrassing women. Let's keep it 1,000. That's pretty much what it is. Some of those women, they do it to themselves, but other times it's just pretty much, you know what I mean? It's pretty much just embarrassing women for no reason. You know what I mean? But let's keep it going, because it's about to end.
I want to fight. But anyway, I had an extensive conversation with my brother, and he definitely made me realize, like, Lo, you fucked up here, you fucked up there, you fucked up right here. You need to clear the air and let people know where you stand, because this is not who you are. The person that they saw on the podcast is not who you are. You were caught off guard. And I was. Just different things. But, I mean, oh, well, then you bi-ethnic, half Haitian and half Black American. Okay, so when did bi-ethnic come out? I thought it was just ethnicity. I thought it was just race, and I get it. Bi means two. I'm Haitian and American. So, but why is that not on the fucking, when I go to say if I'm black, or when I go for check the ethnicity box or the race box, why black bi-ethnic isn't on there? Black community.
Facts. All that FBA bullshit talk, that goes out the window. That goes out the window. When all that FBA bullshit talk comes into play. When y'all check that box, y'all all check black. Let's keep it real. There's no fucking ethnicity or FBA. Well, are you just a black immigrant? No. They all check black. Let's stop.
Any conversation ain't for you. You should focus on your Haitian brothers and sisters so they don't confuse you with Black Americans. But I am a Black American. I was born here. I wasn't born in Haiti. I am a Black American. I am Haitian only because of my father. But I am a Black American. I lived the Black American experience. I never been to Haiti. I learned my history not through my father, not through my uncles or you know what I'm saying? I learned my history because I have a connection with my brother. I learned my history through others. You get what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it right there. But this is what I'm also gonna add to the conversation. Hopefully, we get to have a respectful conversation about this. Now, Nick Fuentes said the N-word. Everybody's going crazy. This is my question to FBAs. What are y'all gonna do about it? That's my real question. What are y'all gonna do about it? George Zimmerman's walking around in Florida, I believe. He's fine. Didn't get a damn near a hair hurt on his head. So why are people getting so up and fussed about it? Oh, you're an immigrant, you this, you that. When y'all not gonna do a goddamn thing about it. Nobody's gonna start protesting or not even none of that. Nobody's gonna harm Nick Fuentes. He's perfectly fine. He could walk around in the hood perfectly fine. Buy himself peanut chews, some chips, a dollar Arizona can, and that's it. He's perfectly fine. Nobody's gonna touch him because all this little rah-rah talk, y'all not gonna do nothing about it. Let's be real. Y'all not gonna do nothing about it. So I think I got Denise on the other line. Yo, Denise, what up?
Yeah, what's up? I'm the Puerto Rican tether here.
Yeah.
Let's start this tether babble.
Yeah, it's Southern Wednesdays. What's going on? What do you think about this whole thing?
I have a lot of things that I would like to say.
Go ahead. The floor is
I
yours.
think that I don't think we should get like call out Black Americans for their reaction or lack of reaction towards the N word. I don't think we should get involved in that stuff. And the reason for that is because the more I see Black people in modern times, I realize that a lot of them are walking away from the anger or the expected reaction uh, from hearing that word. Like a lot of them are like, okay, we don't react to the word anymore. We're not gonna shoot you for it. We're not gonna fight you for it. Of course, you're always gonna have the ones that do,
Yeah.
but there's more modern Black Americans that are like, we don't like if you want to say it and we call you out on it, you're still gonna try to say it louder. You're not gonna understand that it's basic decency what we're asking for. So if you want to say it, I'll say it with you. That's their sentiment today. Like the more I see like modern Blacks, that's the sentiment that I see. So like if we start like, oh, you didn't call out the N word, well, a lot of them I actually don't care anymore.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the ones that are going up in the rage online and all that other stuff. Like, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the ones that usually comment us because
Yeah,
we
like
call them
exactly.
out.
What are you gonna do about it? All right, now
They're not gonna do
this is
anything.
your time to show out. What you gonna do about it?
Nothing because
Exactly.
the FBAs, and I'm not talking about because that's just something that's so annoying. When we talk about FBAs, we're not talking about Black Americans. We're talking about the ideology of being an FBA. That's an ideology that is not a lineage because if you go to their official website, I highly doubt that Tariq Nasheed is the descendant of a Latino slave, which is basically what they're claiming to be. Because they're claiming to be that 100, it was like 100 slaves that did that freed themselves from that Spaniard.
Oh yeah.
It was only 100 people. He doesn't descend from those.
No.
So it's so weird. That's the Latino history. They're trying to cosplay as us. Meanwhile, telling everybody that we're trying to cosplay as. It's so weird. It's like a weird paradox. But going back to like the initial topic, that group, that cult, that movement, or that ideology doesn't go at white supremacy. They just say that that's their real plight because they just want to bait everybody else to do their plight for them. Like we often get taught, oh, you guys cannot be in alliance with us because you guys don't go at white supremacy. But then when you look at what's happening in this country, Black people are losing battles alongside women and alongside the gays because right now they kept demanding stuff. And I think I said it on some of your previous streams, like the more Black people start misusing or overusing the words racism, because those are buzzwords, or like white supremacy or for everything that's under their control, not the stuff that is not. I'm talking about the stuff that's in their control. The more they start using those buzzwords just to cancel people, they're about to crap out. And it just
Mhm.
happened. Look at what happened with the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. You only have three people, three people left from that massacre, and they're like 100 and something years old.
And they got denied. They got denied their
With prejudice. I don't
yeah,
think they understand this. Prejudice
yeah,
means you cannot refile this. The only way you can fight this is if you get like a decent lawyer
yeah.
and you take it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, they got the. I think the three people who. There's only three people that actually still live and survived that whole Tulsa, Oklahoma race riot.
Mhm.
What Denise is for the people that might not know. That's what Denise is talking about. The court just denied their like so-called reparations, right? They denied
Yeah.
them getting paid out. And I forgot what was the reasoning for denying them.
The reason was because the legal team representing them did not had like an itemized documentation of what exact reparations they were demanding.
So they were
So
all over the place. That's basically what it was. They were
yeah, they
all
were.
over the place.
They
Okay.
basically, if you want me to explain this in layman terms, they just hired a sheep lawyer. And what happened is we've seen this all the time. The reason why we know it's a cheap lawyer is because the lawyer argument against the city of the city of Tulsa, the city of Tulsa's lawyer, like when he was arguing, he was like, oh, they don't have the reparations that they actually will want, so we asked for a dismissal with prejudice, because it's like a waste of time and waste of resources for the city to keep
Yeah.
refiling this when you don't have an organized demand. And basically the judge, and we know Oklahoma is very segregated, so of course you're going to have that racist bias in your white judge looking at this case. But then you're giving her more ammunition, because what the plaintiff's explanation, like the lawyer said, was, oh, the reason why we don't have this is because it's not supposed to be present until we go to trial. And I'm like, so you're going to trial and you don't know what you want out of the trial? You didn't even say, hey, we want this acknowledged in Oklahoma's history.
Yeah.
There's so many things that could have happened. We want the Tulsa Massacre Museum.
Yeah.
We want to be promoted
Or like what the judge said, be more organized. Come together with a consensus. Everybody put down what we need. That's actually something reasonable, and we could get it done. You want to? It's so funny. You want to know why that California reparations bill got laughed out of the goddamn room? Because they were, first of all, they were doing meetings, right? They were doing meetings on top of meetings on top of meetings and all this other stuff, right? If you actually saw some of these meetings of people talking about why California should pay out reparations to the descendants of black people, you know what some of these people were talking about? Well, not only reparations, what we should be getting is land, because land is called Turtle Island, and what we should be doing. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
That exactly. Then you had people coming in talking about they should have their own hospitals and policing. First of all, that's not a place to talk about that.
That's basically going back to Fred Hampton's vision for America. Like, I don't know if you remember when and he was right. I agree with him. I think black people, the damage that has been done is too much, and I don't think, like, look, I'm gonna say something very controversial, and I know people are not gonna understand what I'm saying, but I'm still gonna say it. I think until white folks stop teaching white hate, until they come out and they repair their image, because I get it, a lot of whites are not like those disgusting whites that we see being racist. I get that, but the problem is that those whites need to start repairing the white image, because we've had 700 years of a poor image of white people as brutalizers, violent murderers,
you're right. You're
thieves.
You're absolutely right, because black folks could come out here. Black folks could come out here and talk about black power, and nobody says nothing.
Yeah.
Latinos could talk about brown pride, brown power. Nobody says nothing.
Yeah, it's a
White
dangerous.
white people
Yeah.
go white power. Get him. He's a rich. And no,
Look.
and it's true what you're saying. White folk, and I said this a long time ago. White folks messed up historically their own image as to why they can't say some of the things that we can say.
But this is the
now.
problem.
But this is the thing also. White folks can say white power, but they have to do it with ethnicity. So they could say Italian power. They can say Amish power, Polish power, but with ethnicity. That's the reason why the whole white thing, it gets really funny because they messed up their own thing. It's on them.
Yeah, because exactly. I don't look. I'm not gonna take away from the fact that it's dangerous times to be white. It is dangerous to be white today. It is. We cannot put try to cover the sun with a thumb. But you gotta understand that just when people were starting to, integrate into the mindset that white started because we had different personalities that were starting to repair that image very slowly, then Hitler happens and craps all over the white image even further till this day, because then now we have the Ace of Battalion wreaking havoc in Ukraine, being freaking racist and waving swastikas and stuff. So if you think about it, they have not repaired that image. But the problem that we have is that until that hate for anybody that is not white is not removed from the factions of white people that are still teaching that to their children so that it can live on, I do not think that black people have a chance to be fully integrated and healed. Because imagine, that's basically, let's say in an alternate universe, me and Jose are married, and Jose hates Puerto Rican Islanders.
I wouldn't know why you married Jose.
Okay, let's take our example.
Trying to
Let's
get
take
that apartment in Parkchester.
Try to get it. I'm trying to get no, but seriously, just imagine that you and me are in marriage in a ultimate universe, and you are on your Dominican side, and you hate Puerto Ricans, and me on my side, I'm like, I hate Dominicans, but then somehow we managed to marry. We don't get along. We can't stand each other. We've done heinous stuff to one another, but then we're trying to live under the same roof. That is literally like the opposite of a happily married people. It cannot happen unless I put away the need of clapping back at you and you do the same thing simultaneously. That's what needs to happen with both black and white people. It's like a lot of people say to, and I will give this to the black people when they say, oh, like people keep telling us to forget slavery and everything else, but they keep reminding us, and it is true. I don't think they should use it for their betterment. Like you should not use that as an excuse to better yourself, which is when I clash with them. But I give them the argument part in which they say, stop being hateful, and then I won't have to keep bringing up things. Stop trying to erase my history, and then I will have to then I will stop having to bring it up, because then you admitted that you did stuff that was heinous to my people in the past. And until that happens, I think that the healthiest thing for black folks is to get their land. America needs to separate, give them their prisoners, give them everything that belongs to them, give them their people, deal with your own criminals, deal however you see fit, and you have a chunk of America. That is the only way it works. That is the only freaking way it's gonna work.
I got Jose in the building. Jose, tell me what you think about this whole thing. Jose.
Well, this one.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus
look,
Christ.
we have a perfect example, okay, is that when certain individuals do good, they're one of us. But when they do the opposite, then there's something else, their enemy. Or in the case of Tariq, the idiot, the tethers. Most of them are FBA, okay, except when they do anything that's stupid. I mean, and the fact that the way they carry on with this Nick Fuentes, whatever, and then they were all cool with calling, saying the N word with a hard ER. I mean, it's like self-hating people.
Yeah. What is your thoughts on that part alone? Because to me, the way I see it is, hey, it is what it is. He said the N word. Who cares? What are the FBA people going to do about it? You know what I mean? To me, it is what it is. But what are your thoughts on that?
Look, to be perfectly honest, I have not followed much of this because I have been very busy doing a lot of overtime again. So I'd rather pursue my energies in something that's going to be beneficial to me. It's like to say I'm like 5,000 years old. So, when you get to be my age, you develop a disease called I don't care itis. I mean, literally, like there's some things I just don't care.
All right.
My thing. Look, my thing is just to be the best version of myself for whatever time I'm permitted, and
Yeah.
just to be part of it and to take advantage of all the good things that life has to offer.
Yeah, it's all good. Yo, Don Armando, what's going on, bro?
I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm all right. What do you think about this whole the situation?
I mean, me first of all, if you actually look at it, Nick Fuentes is just another version of what's that Dominican guy name? The guy that's corny that lives in an apartment and stuff like that. I forgot his name, but I know he's just a cornball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just the Chicago version of him. So therefore, that cornball, since he wants to be acting like a bitch. That's why I think Nick Fuentes is a bitch. I don't care if he says the N word. He ain't gonna be a fool and go to the hood and say, yeah, saying the NER, because at the end of the day, you could tell that he can't fight. So who cares?
Even if he can, does it really matter? Like, there's gonna
Nah,
be some people
it's just even if he can, it's just always gonna be somebody that's gonna break his jaw. So who cares?
Okay, cool. Yo, Evil Dork, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, Radical? Thanks for letting me in.
Yeah, not a problem. What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Is
Uh,
it something that we should really care about? Is it something that it is what it is? What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the second one. It is what it is because, like the other dude said, he's not going around in public doing that because he knows the deal.
Mm-hmm.
But that guy Nick Fuentes, he's mostly white. He's not even really Hispanic like that. If I understand correctly, I believe his granddad was a Latino.
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't really represent the Hispanic community anyway.
His dad is half Mexican and half Italian and or German or something like that. But
Yeah.
he's a quarter Mexican. That doesn't really mean. Even Nick Fuentes himself said that he's not Latino. So hey.
Yeah, that dude's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Weirdo, because I remember, I think he said he supports the incel movement and he's a virgin, and I'm like, dude, why would you go broadcasting that in public? Like, that's just weird to me.
Yo, I got something better. Imagine that rapper Lil Pump, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm like at the end of the day, why with his moniker and everything like that, he's telling on himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, but why he said that for real? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he admitted to being an incel.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
I wonder when Dominican restaurants are gonna admit that he's a one too. So
No, but
that's what I gotta say.
This is my thing. This is my thing. When this whole thing came out, I was like on Twitter trying to defend Latinos. I'm like, Latinos are not fucking racist like that. Like y'all want to make it seem. Just because this individual, is coming out saying this, we're not. And the thing is, whenever we encounter some of these little goofballs with their little ideologies or whatever the case is, they're always right because they're the loudest people in the room. You know what I'm saying? And it gets really frustrating trying to let them know, like, hey, yo, you're not the brightest bulb in the you're not the brightest bulb. Like, chill out. With this whole like fake pro-black bullshit, it's so stupid. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you got anything to add to that, Denise?
Well, I mean, not really. Like, I think when it comes to Nick Fuentes, I think people just need to let him be. Let him, he is who he is. I honestly think, look, I'll give him something. Nick Fuentes is an example to follow because he's real. Like, he's skipping who he is. He's saying it out loud, and I think a lot of people give him shit for it. But like, would you rather have a person that pretends that they're not racist or xenophobic just so that you can, like them, or you rather say the truth? And I think in today's society, all of us are racist. All of us are xenophobic. It's very rare.
Ways. You're right. No, you're right. In certain ways,
everybody is. I was raised to have disdain for whites, so I know for a fact that all of us are racist. Yeah. So when people, and I'm walking away from white hate, because I grew up and I started realizing, like, come on, like, we can't be prejudiced like this because of the past. So and I get a lot of stuff for saying that, but it is true. But
hey, I want to add to that. I personally think the word racist has just been watered down. To be honest,
it's played out.
The word is biased or prejudiced. Most people are biased and prejudiced, but racist, I don't think so.
Yeah. But the problem is that racism. Okay, this is the problem.
No, but racism, I think he's right though.
I think he's wrong though because
it is played out. Like, how many times are we gonna call somebody racist just because oh my god, we don't like what he did? You know what I'm saying?
But that's because
radical.
what he's saying basically is like it got watered down. But I disagree. I think it got beefed up. Like, for example, if you look racism, like the word per se, which is what a lot of people use to say, oh, no, I'm not racist because I cannot oppress you. We're talking about your race, not systematic oppression. We're talking about race. In the past, people associated oppression with race because if you were of the black race, then you will be oppressed. But in modern times, oppression and racism are not the same thing. So those things need to get divorced en masse. And we need to understand that you can be white and still be oppressed. You can be brown and still be oppressed. You can be black and be the oppressor. Because racism today does not equate oppression. It's just racial discrimination.
I see your point.
Well, Denise, my thing is, like, back in the day, if you called someone a racist, that was a very serious accusation. It was like calling someone a pedophile. Like, that wasn't a word you just threw out there like they do today.
Yeah, but that's because in the past, being a racist carried more power. If you were a person that was Latino that was considered white or like non-black, or you were a white person, you had a lot of weight in court, in social settings, in economics. You had a lot of say over what was the destination of black people. And that is a known fact. So in the past, being accused of being a racist carried a lot of weight simply because when you introduce civil rights, a lot of people needed to regulate themselves to that new law. And a lot of people were not doing that. So a lot of them got accused of it. But we have become more aware that everyone is racist. Everybody's going to love their race more than they love other races. There's nothing wrong with that. The only part that I don't like is hate. When you hate other races, then that's what makes you a racist. And
Mm.
that's different.
Mm.
Well,
All right, so
What?
thing
What?
is the last
Wait,
part.
Jose. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I want to ask a question, Denise. Would you consider being biased towards your own phenotype to be the same thing?
What do you mean? Like if you have disdain for like your own kind?
No. A preference, not a disdain, a preference.
A preference, like if you would like to stay and
Towards your
marry and make families. No, most people, as a matter of fact, majority of people tend to stay within people that looks like them. Not a lot of people venture outside of people that looks like them.
True.
That's true. That's true. That's why I'm married a Dominican. Uh,
yeah, me too.
Well,
what was it?
well, remember, guys, last year I was declared a racist. So, but
Oh,
that's neither
by
here nor
by
there.
by by a by a buffoon that needs to be on meds, please. Who cares? Um, no, Evil Dork. What do you want to add to this conversation?
Mm, I don't have nothing right now. I was just listening to that what Denise said. She made some good points though, especially at the end.
Yeah, I think so, I think so too. Yo, did you guys see the first so you know how there's a law about discrimination within the job, like you can't racially discriminate.
I haven't heard that. Please elaborate.
You never heard that law?
I've heard certain laws, but then the discriminatory
Like
laws that I've heard
you can't get
is basically both for the LGBTQ
no.
community.
These are old laws, bro. Like meaning you can't get fired for racial discrimination, right? So apparently, the only person that ever won that case is a white woman from Starbucks, working in Starbucks.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
The woman, Starbucks, one case. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. It says it right here. Okay, so you guys remember that big fiasco about those two black guys that got called by the police and everybody went crazy. Starbucks is racist.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
Yes, I
about back in
remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So she's the manager that got fired for that. Okay. She's the manager that got fired for that. And the reason why she got fired for that is because they told her to make that phone call, right? So when she got fired for that, she's like, "This is bullshit. You guys told me to make that phone call." You know what I mean? Like, what? Why am I getting fired? Well, guess what? She came. She went and sued Starbucks and won $25 million.
Well, as she should.
You know what I'm saying? And
As she should.
apparently, this is what I've. Let me actually show this. Let me show this to the screen. Let me show this to the screen. Y'all can see that? Yeah, y'all can see that? Yeah. Apparently, this is the first. No, this is not the first, but this is one of the biggest job discrimination cases that got to the point of 25 million. This is the largest in history. So imagine that. Crazy.
Well, that's her constitutional right. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Are they going to appeal it though?
No, she already won it.
Oh, they're screwed. They're
Yeah. She was fired less than a month after the objecting of the manager being placed on leave, aimed uproar, according to the lawsuit. So yeah, they they already lost. So it is what it is. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it's her right. I mean, you gotta understand that we live in a country right now where, again, we go to the buzzwords. You know, the more that you use these buzzwords, you get clout, you can get people quote unquote canceled and stuff. And there are legal consequences because you can say whatever, you can change the laws today, or you can change your viewpoints, and you can say that the country is becoming more modern, but the Constitution is the Constitution. And like I stated before, white folks, I get it, their image is below the trash can because of their own doing. Okay, that's why I don't feel any sympathy towards white tears because they're not doing anything to repair it. But their image is trash, and it's dangerous for them to exist today. If a white person has an opinion about anybody else, they'll be labeled racist automatically. They will not be heard. And what do you do when everything that you say people assume is hateful? Well, you use the Constitution because there's nothing else you can do. The founding fathers put that in place for a reason. Everybody's supposed to have those rights. Otherwise, you just want benefit over everybody else. And I think I commend her for doing that. I would have done the same thing.
For real?
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I don't give flying hell. Oh, like this two black folks got arrested. Well, why they got arrested? And even if they got arrested because it was a misunderstanding, I'm entitled to make a call if I feel like something, it's being doing wrong to me, and I can make a mistake. I should not lose my job because some people feel offended because of their race and because I am white.
Yeah.
If she was a sister, they would not fire her like that.
Yo, so did you guys know about this new media company called De Los?
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
so this new media company, let me show you guys. It's a new Latino run media company. It's just for Latinos. See right here, it's just for Latinos, and this media company, right, made their first presence known on Instagram. Pretty much, it's a we assembled a team of Latino reporters, editors, designers, and creatives to to tell stories about our communities and stuff. And this will just be for Latinos, just like talking about our issues, our own news, and also helping other creatives and things like that. What do you guys think about that?
I jack it.
Thing.
I like it too, right?
Yeah. I mean that I heard that there was another channel like that. I forgot what it's called, but yet it was I think it was based out like maybe in Los Angeles or something like that. That showed me mainly programs from the Dominican Republic and all the other Hispanic countries. I forgot what the company is called though.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It's called Pantalla, I think it is.
Yeah.
Pantalla, yeah, I got that. That's like the Latino Netflix.
Oh, I never. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, Pantalla, yeah, it's like the Latino Netflix, bro. It's actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty fire. The only thing is, the only two sports, like you could watch live TV, but the only two sports that they show is like football, like soccer, and baseball. That's it. That's the only two sports they show. And I'm like, goddamn.
Radical. Do
What's up?
they charge like a monthly subscription price, or how do you
For Pantalla? Yeah, of
subscribe?
course. Yeah, Pantalla is just it could be on your phone and stuff. It's all in Spanish, but also you could translate it to English. And what was it? You could pay for the year or you could pay for the month. And it's actually very cheap. It's cheaper than Netflix. I think it's like $3.99.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's cheaper than Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah, it's $3.99 a month.
Yeah, me and the wife should invest in that.
Yeah, it's called Pantalla. It's actually pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I actually no lie, yo. I saw at least 2 novelas that I used to see with my mom. on there. Yo, I was like, yo, this is bringing back memories.
Yo, talking about memories. One of the novellas that I used to watch with my mom was El Premio Mayor. You know, that fat Mexican dude and then that blonde chick after he won the lottery or something like that. It was actually two blonde chicks. It was an older blonde chick and it was a younger blonde chick. I forgot their names though.
Mm.
I think the first chick, the older chick, her name was named Lorena Herrera.
Mhm.
And then the fat guy was named Carlos. I mean, their real names. But I know on the show his name was like Huicho or something like that.
Yo, y'all think this affirmative action is gonna affect Latinos?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can we change that? Do you think? Get our test scores up?
No, I think that we need to practice micronomics. The reason why I say that is because look, I'm just saying for all the other communities, right? You see the Asians, you see the Indian, Bangladeshis, and all the other peoples, right? You see they have thriving communities, whether we could admit it or not, right?
Yeah.
The reason why they do that, and you don't really see, I mean, within the South Asian communities, is that they practice micronomics. If we were to practice more micronomics and not get into crime and everything like that, we will actually have very successful neighborhoods. But that's just my opinion, though.
Facts. Yo, check this out. And this is something I've been talking about for a while. The Latinos are slowly drifting from the Democratic Party. And this is what a poll pretty much says that, Latinos are either, going from Democrat, they're going to actually Republican parties. What you guys think about that?
I mean, it's been going there.
Sorry.
I personally don't think the Republicans are a good thing either. I don't side with either one. I don't know if anybody's heard of what the governor of Florida did as far as like putting some SB bill of some sort.
Yeah,
the name.
About immigrants. Like if you even riding with an immigrant or whatever, you could get detained also. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's going to hurt Florida's economy.
I think so too. I think so. I even said this, and people kind of came at me, but I said Florida is maintained by Latinos' work ethic and wealth. This is something we got to be honest about. Latinos did build up Florida, even though it was drug money, but still, we built up Florida, and there's a lot of Latino businesses and a lot of Latino construction workers and stuff. And when that bill came to be, a lot of people are leaving Florida. You see a lot of people leaving Florida. There was a video of a bunch of Mexicans just stopped working.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to Georgia. They're going to Texas.
That's what I'm saying. It's not true because it's not. It will be voting against Latino interests right now. I think first of all, like if you look at this, the survey was of 1,116 Latinos.
Wait, hold on. I said Latinos are moving away from Democrats, and this is what Roy just is saying. Because Latinos do not want to be closely associated to blacks. Are you dumb?
What?
Are you stupid?
Latinos are always close to blacks.
Yeah, we're always. But the thing is, that doesn't. Latinos are not thinking about what are black people voting. Okay, I'm gonna do the opposite. No, Latinos don't think like that. What the fuck?
No, we don't. We actually are very skeptical. Like even if you look at this poll, which is like very like narrow, it's only 1,000 of us, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Majority of us are skeptical. It's neither.
Yeah.
Latinos, people need to understand this. And the reason why I said with conviction that that's bullshit, we're going to be on Democrats for a minute because Latinos go where the money's at.
Yeah.
Learn that learning about Latinos 101. Look for states that are destroyed and have no jobs. We are not there. We go where the money goes.
Exactly.
The money,
We're not in
yeah.
no bumblefuck South Carolina. We're
The
not.
money leaves. The money leaves. We leave with the money. Okay.
Exactly. No, you're
That's
right.
how it is.
Yeah,
We
you're
are
right.
for sale. We are like that, and we will provide any service, but you gotta pay. If there's no jobs, I can guarantee you there's no Latinos there.
Roy
So
says that makes no sense. So if that was the case, how come a lot of Latinos were voting Democrat for the largest? Look at this poll. Democrat 30%.
yeah,
So what are you, dude? What are you talking about?
a lot. But look
Latino.
at this.
Listen. I know some black people want to believe that you're the first thing that we think about. Like you're the first thing that people think about when they wake up. Sadly to say, you're not. I'm just saying we don't think Latinos could care less about black folks.
Yeah, we're thinking about
Okay,
how we're gonna pay this bill.
exactly. Like the last thing in my mind is like, yo, what is a black American doing? No, that's stupid. That's the most.
If they want North, I want to go.
Yeah, like if they do it, I would do it too. No, get out of here with that. Like
If anything, and I've said this to hold on, Jose. I've said this to many brothers and sisters in the past. If you stop looking at what Latinos are doing and our problems and trying to get in everybody else's business and actually take care of you, majority of blacks won't be Democrats. Majority of blacks will vote their interest, which is voting Republican. 1000%.
Yeah.
You can slice it however you want, but Republicans are kicking out the Latino and African and Caribbean competition for blacks. So if they were to vote their interest, they will vote Republican. But because they're watching what everybody else is doing occasionally, they vote against their interest. So I think it's the other way.
No, I've seen a lot of black Americans on other YouTube videos talking about, oh, Trump 2024, we're gonna get these Latins out of here. Yeah.
But that's not the majority. Like if you look at the polls and you see the statistics, I think 80% of blacks voted for, or 90% of blacks voted for Joe Biden, something like that.
Yeah,
and they have been since the Great Depression. It was the Great Depression that made black people turn Democrat through FDR, which they think many of them think FDR helped them. FDR did not help them. FDR simply told the elites, yo, we want to stay at the top, and if you don't give money to these people, they're gonna come for our heads. So open your purse. And black folks got tricked into voting Democrats because they assumed that they're gonna save them like FDR did, and that's not what happened. So they moved from being Republican.
I think it was mostly black men that were voting for Trump.
Yeah,
yes,
you
absolutely.
don't think that the Democratic Party is going to come back to the community and say, "Hey,
no,
they'll
be no. I think the Republicans will do that. I think the next FDR will come from the Republican Party. Mark my words. The next FDR will come from the Republican Party.
Oh shit!
I don't want to say it's Donald Trump because I think he's too old to be our president, but he's the only one making sense.
DeSantis? You think DeSantis?
I don't like DeSantis. DeSantis is an establishment dude.
Trump's going to jail.
What about Ron Paul?
Well, I don't like him either.
All right, so why you don't like Ron Paul though?
Because if you look at the history of these people, he's basically the same problem over and over again. These are people that are, before they get into office, they're taking corporate money. And yes, all of our politicians take corporate money. The problem is that you have to look, what am I supporting by voting for this person? Which corporations are going to come into place? So that's basically what we're seeing today. We know for a fact 1000% that Democrats are associated with benefiting big pharma. That's why you have the forced vaccinations, you had the enforcement and the removal of parental rights so that people can transition. That comes from them because they are in bed with big pharma, and big pharma makes $75,000 per kid that wants to transition. So when you vote for these people, and they are also in bed with Raytheon, that's another thing. The only thing that Democrats and Republicans have in common is Goldman Sachs. If Republicans win, it's good for Goldman Sachs. If Democrats win, it's good for Goldman Sachs. And people are not looking at the source. The Electoral Commission of this country, I think it was in 2015, they decided to remove the cap of donations. There was a point where I think you could only donate up to $10,000 to a politician's campaign. Now it has no cap. They removed that. So you can donate $17 billion. But that means that when they win, the country will have to abide by the things that politician is going to do so that you get more money. And the fact that we're not seeing that from the people that we're putting in office, it's kind of scary. So here comes Donald Trump, which is why I supported him, because he did not necessarily depend on corporate money like that. Now, I'm not saying that he is God, because we know that Donald Trump is also a criminal that's doing stuff with the power of being president to benefit himself and the people that he knows that are his friends and his family. But I'd rather take that evil because he's not in bed with neither. You get my point? So unless there's somebody else like that, which is Cornel West right now, in my opinion, because I have not seen any affiliation that he has with any corporation. I can be corrected, I could be wrong, but I have not seen it. So my guess would be either vote for Cornel West if Donald Trump is unable, or vote for Donald Trump and let the best one win. But this same people that we're voting for, come on, no.
I don't think Trump is gonna run again. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's gonna run again. And like Alexa said, both of them are evil. Yeah, both sides.
Everybody, you're gonna people need to understand this. Your politicians will always be criminal people. You have to do a lot of stuff in order for you to assume power. The best you can aspire for is a benevolent dictator. And I think once we accept that, we're going to be able to enforce our votes more logically rather than emotionally. Because every politician it doesn't matter how many good intentions they have, they are going to be criminal people. And that comes with the job.
Yeah. Does anybody want to add in?
Well, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I don't think it's over 60 should run to be president, and I'm the oldest one in the panel. I mean, because what problem is that some people get used to doing the same thing over and over again. You need to let the younger people their mistakes like everybody else, but we might come up with a fresh new idea. I'm sorry. Anyone that's 60 or older should be thinking about what they were planning to do for retirement. That's what I'm doing. In a few years, into politics, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do to spend what remaining years of my life to make sure that I'm peaceful and I don't have as much stress as other people have.
Gotcha.
Ages.
And I'm 60 years old, so I can say that. No one else in the panel can say that. I can.
Oh my God. Yo, Jose, take your iron pills and go to sleep, bro. yeah. Nah, but
right. You look at me at 60.
I couldn't understand you. Maybe it's your age, bro. You gotta talk clear. No, let me stop. No. But what was I gonna say? No, shout out to you, Jose. You always you're always on point. Shout out to you.
Jose is voting for Donald Trump. We know that.
Shit.
Jose is on election day. On election day, he's like, this one's for you, Orange Man. This one's for you.
Shit.
Yeah, I still think Trump's going to jail, but I could be wrong.
No, he's not.
You don't think so?
No, he's not.
He might be. He might be going to jail.
He is.
Look, if he is radical, I will have to start saving my donation money because I'll donate you $1,000 if he goes to jail. He's not
Well,
going.
you say you're gonna start an OnlyFans? That's crazy.
No,
Wow.
no.
That's
Well, I
crazy.
can start it, but it's gonna be about preparing meals and stuff. I don't think anybody want to do that. I don't think anybody want to see that.
This is how you give milk to a baby without them getting burned.
No, you know that I actually thought about starting one, but it was going. I know people at first were gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go," but it was going to be about homemaking.
Oh, okay.
So I trust me, I thought about it, but then some people are like, no, because the platform already has been crowded with sex workers. So that's how I
Wow.
desisted from being on
That's true.
OnlyFans. But that's not what it was created for. OnlyFans was created for content creators that also wanted to teach people stuff.
That's true.
But he's
That's
not
true.
going to jail. I can guarantee you, Donald Trump is not going to prison. You will never see him in prison. Never. Because
Damn.
if it look, I'm gonna tell you why. All the crimes that Donald Trump is being accused of, anybody can be accused of those crimes. So if
Well,
Donald Trump said,
did Donald
hold
Trump
on.
do this? Did Donald Trump rob a store?
Oh my God! Stop. What I'm saying is, like, for example, when they started saying about like the classified documents, every president of the United States has done the same thing. As a matter of fact, they just found classified documents at an unsecured location of Joe Biden's. So if you're going to take him down, the reason why the establishment will never do that is because they will set a precedent for themselves. Do you think now they're going to do that? They're not going to do that. That's what I'm telling you. He's not going to jail. He's not going to prison. People need to get. People were like, "Oh, they're going to impeach you. They're going to impeach you." I'm like, they're not going to impeach Donald Trump. They want to impeach Donald Trump because Donald Trump is not an establishment guy, and he's gonna get some haters.
All
And
right,
I
but
get it. It sucks that the country has devolved so much that our only hope is a fat old guy that says improper things on national TV and was a reality TV star. It's crazy that is what this country has come down to.
all right, but I have a theory about that though. And before Donald Trump actually became president, we had me and my friends. We had a theory about Donald Trump, right? In the United States, everybody is dynastic politics, right? So therefore, since a lot of people were saying that Donald Trump was the worst business person or whatever and everything like that, I would think that when he became president, he went up and he actually secured his line on being president. So therefore, I'm just gonna say like the person who might be president, he should be looking at his sons because he's actually training them.
You think his sons is gonna be coming to power?
Yeah.
I actually do recall his son saying something like he did want to follow in his father's footsteps, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yo, that'd be crazy if his daughter ran. Yo, if his daughter ran, you already know she's gonna be making waves, bro. You already know that for a fact.
Look, okay, Roy says he says he was, but not kicked out of office. Read the Constitution again, Paul. If the Senate runs the impeachment trial and Donald Trump was to lose it, he was going to be removed from office. They couldn't do that because he proved once again that let's ask the question that no one ever knows how to answer. What was Donald Trump's first reason for the first impeachment? Does anybody know that? Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, he was Russiagating."
Because of the whole Russia thing, right?
No, it's because
actually-
he refused. Hold on, he refused to give Ukraine the most corrupt, and this is not something that even the fake news published this. The most corrupt European country is Ukraine, and he refused to give them American weaponry for a reason. It makes no freaking sense to give them guns. You don't know if they're going to sell them to Russia. You don't know if they're going to sell them to other countries that are our enemies. Why would you want to do that to a very corrupt country? People are acting retarded. That's why he got impeached the first time. They could not prove that he was a Russian agent, though, because that doesn't mean that he was a Russian agent. We're not in the Cold War. So again, it's like when people look at, oh, he was impeached for this, impeached for that. Yeah, people wanted to impeach him and remove him from office, but he won the impeachment. So he wasn't impeached. That's just disconnect from CNN, disconnect from MSNBC. Stop.
Anybody wants to go and say that's bullshit? No, I'm playing.
This thing, it's becoming crazy, and I think we should have seen this coming when we saw Assange and Snowden. When we saw those things happen, that the Espionage Act was used on two people that were trying to tell us that our country has turned against us as citizens, that was scary, and everybody ignores it. You even have the president of Mexico, AMLO, saying what you're doing to Assange is criminal, and I'm willing to give him refugee here in Mexico because no citizen should be prosecuted for that. And you know what we did? Nothing, because we don't care about these things happening around us, because we care more about Kim Kardashian's divorce, LeBron James dribbling. We care more about like,
Okay,
it's weird. It's
I don't
just
care.
weird.
Hey, just saying.
What happened?
I was just joking around. I told Denise I don't care about Kim K.
I don't either. She ain't making nobody money around this panel, so why should we care about that idiot?
Like, I don't know, Hispanic dude talking about her.
Look,
I agree with what Richard said. Richard said you nailed it.
I actually have to agree with my fellow Bronxite. America is a corporation.
Yep. America, and people don't understand that. They think this is a country, and they want to bring sentimentalisms and stuff, and that's why it never works. Because this is not a country. This is like America. Consider America like a free market, like a free market. Go ahead.
I got a theory, right? And this is one thing that I don't really have faith in presidents anymore, right? How is it that everybody, we talking about, okay, yeah, we're America this, America that, but ever since Bush, right? How is it that Bush, Obama, Trump, and Biden, right? How come with all these four presidents, the American dollar is not on top? You just have to realize something. For like maybe in the crux of 20-something years, right? The United States dollar hasn't been on top, and we've had all these presidents, right? So something's wrong with that. And that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of reasons why the American dollar is not on top, though, Armando. It doesn't have necessarily anything to do with the president, because you have the issue with the petrodollar, which is a very complex issue that we're losing because we've sanctioned so many countries that now a lot of people are walking away from the petrodollar, and Saudi Arabia is allowing it. You also have the issue that the Federal Reserve does not do its job to prevent financial crises and depressions and inflation. They're supposed to prevent that. That's their only freaking job, is to do that. And then you have the actual fact that you have a lot of corporations and and politicians in bed with them laundering money. There's a lot of that's. It's very complex to just blame it like on just one person. It's very complex. What we're seeing with the country. That's why I said if you look at America instead of looking at it like a country, you look at it as a market. Then you probably get a better understanding as to why the dollar is collapsing at the rate that it's collapsing.
All right, so I have a question for everybody in the panel. The ones who are actually financially or stock literate. What is your take on the BRICS on the BRICS Union?
I think Mexico should join it. I think more Latin American countries should. Hello?
What's the BRICS Union? What's that? What's that?
I will have to. Actually, I will have to.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
It's a union of Brazil,
Yeah, and you could join.
China, India. They're making like their own money, like currency.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It's all the sanctioned countries. Okay, America has a lot of countries sanctioned, and I think Venezuela and Cuba also join it.
Okay.
So all those places that are the enemies of America, America has sanctioned them. And do you want me to explain what sanctions are?
I know what sanctions. I don't know if anybody else knows what sanctions are, but I know what sanctions are.
So America, when America sanctions you, they freeze all of your assets, all the assets of that country, and everybody in that country that has assets in America get frozen here. And then America bullies everybody that's in association with America, or anybody that's in association with America. Do not make business with these people, or we will sanction you as well. So you basically make that country excommunicado. And that's how that country becomes very poor, because they don't have any form of commerce. So no money comes in, and they cannot export their product.
Wait, so you telling me South Africa and Brazil are going to be part of this?
They are part of this already. And you have also Venezuela, and you have Cuba, and you have Nicaragua in that also. So and it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, until El Salvador joins, because I don't know if you guys remember that El Salvador is also transitioning to Bitcoin, and Nayib Bukele wants to take El Salvador in a different route.
Yeah.
And America is against that.
Yeah. Yo, wait, real quick. I'm gonna end it real quick, because we're definitely talking about something else. I've been going on for too long. So with that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all later.